This is Steve Reisner with TopGunFutures.net. This is a replay of a short in the NASDAQ that I did on Friday, 20th of July, 2018. Alright, the NASDAQ is doing a rally here up to R1 and then beyond. I took us down a little bit before where it started so you can get the full effect of what was going on. This would have been a very good long opportunity. I did not take it because of all the chop that we had had before. Once I saw it go up this much and knowing it was option expiration Friday, I was looking for an opportunity for it to come all the way back down to this 73.80 area and basically come full circle. That's what they like to do on options expiration days. They like to go up and down and end up nowhere. Okay, getting a little on the toppy side here, but we'll see. I'm not the momentums are still pointing up, but this is not the trade. The trade is going to be a short, and it's going to be a few minutes. Before it starts to pull back. I wanted to show you the initial upthrust and how that forms basically a void that the stock goes down from there. Okay, so we're still going up. We still have the momentum oscillators pointing up for both of them. We're getting signs of it being a little bit long in the tooth here as it starts to extend beyond the 5-minute opening range. And you notice that the slope of this signal line is a good 45 to 60 degrees. They can't continue like that forever, but that's the one you want to see when you're going long, and you want to see the opposite of that when you go short. Okay, still going up. And hit target 3. It went right through R1. You noticed that it went right through there without really too much of a hesitation. It did pause a little bit before it and then pulled back, but then it went through it. Okay. Now we're getting very, very much extended, well above, and eventually it's going to roll over. I'm on a Unirenko 1014. I was testing that out basically, and I had noticed where pockets of support and resistance show up very well with that. Okay, we're getting the rollover now, and we've got a candle. Now we're going a little bit lower. You can see how the R squeeze is starting to flatten off. You can see how the momentum oscillator is also starting to level off a bit. Okay, we're watching for the pullback, see how deep it's going to be. These are the trailing dots for the long. The lime colored dot is a volatility stop, and the black dot is a calculation of the system level stop. The system here being the counterpunch trader. Okay, we're starting to come back a bit. And looks like we've pretty much topped out here. We may try an attempt to try to go up higher again, but probably not likely. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. Okay. Ultimately, I think what it will do is it'll try to work its way back down to this 73.81 area. Okay, we're coming back. We're going to punch through the signal line now. And you can see how we flattened off on this momentum oscillator, and how the R squeeze, Bollinger Band squeeze, has now curled over, starting to go lower. Okay, I expect that the price is going to come back to somewhere around this 5-minute opening range, or the swings around here. They should act as support, so we should see some people try to step up and buy when it gets down to there, but we have to be patient now. And it is pulling back. Now, right now, if it did a curl up from here, that could be bullish, basically a J hook. And have a few more points to come down to the support area around 73.98 to 96, somewhere in that ballpark. We'll watch what happens when it gets down there. And the momentum oscillator is fully curled over now, and the squeeze is definitely pointing down. The signal line moving average, the 9 volume weighted moving average, is trying to curl over. Yeah, we're getting a bit of a rally here. Wonder how high it's going to get. Okay, these are the bulls trying to take it higher. This looks a lot like a J hook, and the J hook, if you're not aware of that, basically is a move up here, pull back, and a curl back. So, in fact, where it gets the name the J hook is it pulls back and it curls and goes back like this. But with this being the prior move up, and some people say that it's not a J hook until it actually passes the prior swing level. I like to get in somewhere around the bottom here so I have a tight stop. And I use this passing the prior swing level as my first target. But it looked like it rolled over here. We're approaching the 98 level. Let's see what happens there. It's still coming down. The R squeeze is coming down faster than the momentum oscillator, but the CPT momentum oscillator is coming down pretty nicely as well. I'm looking for somewhere around this 73.98 area here, or to 96 area, to get a reaction for buyers to step in and get a little bit of a push higher. We'll see how high it really gets. Okay, they got down to 97.25. Is that going to be the low? No, maybe not. 97. Okay, we're pushing lower still. So the bears fought off that challenge from the bulls, at least for now. The bulls are going to step up as we get closer and closer to the top of the support areas. And ultimately 96 to 98 in this ballpark here. We got the low of 97. Is it going to bounce from here, or is it going to continue lower? The momentum oscillators suggest that we're going lower. The bulls are trying to fight back. The bulls are pushing the bears back on the field. Okay, don't really want to see this get up really over my stop, which would be about 74.09. It's kind of where I would prefer that it not get above. But we'll see. It's all about the shape and the pattern and what it looks like when okay. Now we came basically and retested this area around 73.96 half. Okay. What I want to do is I want to see a bounce, and then I want it to roll over. I don't want it to roll over right away now. I want it to get up just a little bit and let this signal line come down some more. And we'll want to get short the second time through these. Don't get too anxious and get the cart before the horse and short too early. You'll end up having to endure some pain when it goes against you. And then sometimes it goes against you and takes you out. So my idea of making it come down through twice is that it proves that it wants to go lower. What it does is it proves where the low is, then it bounces up here and it comes back down, and I go short the break on the second time down. And I have a pretty decent stop right above this swing level instead of all the way up here somewhere. Okay. So I'll get a little bit of a rally going here. Come on. Rally, but not too much. We're right around R1. R1 was resistance, and now it's trying to act a little bit like support. Let's see what it does. We're rallying a little bit here. Get a little bit sporty here. Really probably don't want it to get above 08, 09 to 10. Let's see what it does, how high it goes. Okay, that gave a long signal. I don't see this as a long. Potentially people that are thinking it's a J hook to the upside. The reason is this oscillator is already way up here around 4. If it was down at 1 or so, then that would be okay. But it's used up a lot of energy. It's very extended. Used up a lot of energy going up this over here. Now we're coming back. Let's see if it can pull back now. Let's see what happens. And the bulls aren't going to give up this easily. Notice that the Bollinger Band squeeze, our squeeze indicator, is still going lower. We've leveled off a little bit in the momentum oscillator. They really are both momentum oscillators, but that's just kind of what I call it because it's a mouthful to call it the NetPix CPT chop filter. Oh, we just got up to 12. Oh dear. Was that going to negate the idea of a short op? We do now have a swing low down here. So this is our low, and it's sitting right on top of the support level. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can form a top here, because we're going to need something to use as our stop. And I like to use swing levels as stops. Now this is still going up. We can see how the trailing volatility dots are still up. So no matter what happens up here, I'm not going short unless I can get below the volatility dots for sure. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, we're coming back to R1 from on top again. And let's see what happens. And, well, the bulls aren't going to give up so easily. The bulls are fighting back. I don't like that long over there. Well, the second time through, if it gets back up there, so we'll be thinking about a long, right? The momentums are both pointing down. We're getting kind of a toppiness in our moving averages. They're right on top of one another. Okay, there is a short signal. It's right in no man's land. It's right above the areas that I would expect to go down here and maybe bounce on, so I'm not going to go short. We're talking about, we haven't gotten a full rollover on this one. What we're really looking for is a break of the low down here. And okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in the order to, whoops.
Order pending.
So, okay, right in here, I've got the short, I've got the short stop still there. Looking for the break below this, excuse me. Looking for the break lower, and actually it should be up here. Tried to let it work. It doesn't really want to go down there, but the momentum oscillator is definitely pointing lower, and so is the R squeeze. We're starting to get a rollover here, but it's really nervous unless we can get. I do not want it to bounce anymore. I want it to continue to go lower, because if it bounces, it's going to flatten out this trend line. So I need for it to continue to go lower. We need it to go lower. All right, we got a short signal there. I don't like it because it's too close to the support area. All right, we're starting to pick up some momentum to the downside, and you can look at the curl over or under with the
Order filled.
Okay, there we are. We're short, and I'm hoping to get all the way down here to target 3, but I'm going to be aware that it could bounce somewhere around these other areas over here to the left. So I'll have to be aware of that. All right, we've our stop is right here at 04. I'm going to bring the stop down a little bit more to 400. We are accelerating to the downside. I will expect some reaction around here somewhere, and maybe we're getting it now. So I've got to give it a little bit of wiggle room. See, don't want to go to break even too soon. We'll get it there. I'm trailing it basically by 2 candles. Okay, and hopefully this is the high that it gets, not 98 or so, and it doesn't go any higher. We're still pointing down on the momentum oscillator and the R squeeze. All right, we're battling. We're trying to chip through the bulls, the buyers. So the battle's going on right around this this level right there at 73.96. Let's see if it can get something going. If we get down below these lows, 73.93 to 92, we should pick up some acceleration to the downside. Doesn't mean there's all kinds of pockets of support over here to the left. One of them really being right around where the midpoint line is, so we'll have to see how that goes. The bulls aren't going to give up so easily. Momentum's still down. We now have a curl down on our moving averages here. I need to make sure that this stop is not too close. Make it back up to 401. What I'd hate to do is to, whoops, I moved my scroll wheel. Okay, we're trying to go lower. Come on, baby. Let's hit 92 and then 91. All right, come on. You know you want to go lower. Come on. Okay, there it's picking up a little steam like we were expecting. Don't bounce. All right, we got down to 91. That's good. All right, we'll lower our stop just a fraction here. We're going to get another reaction, it looks like. Okay, let's see what happens there. How high is it going to bounce? Want it not to go above 98, because that's where we have this little shelf here. And I'm looking again for us to make the full round trip down here to somewhere around 73.84 to 81, somewhere in that ballpark. Okay. All right, let's resolve to the downside, guys. Come on. You know you don't want to go out here and touch your friends. Okay. All right, we're starting to inch lower. There's 73.91. And we're battling. The arm wrestling is going on over here to the left. And we're getting a little bit of buyers stepping up. Up there's 90.75, 91. Occasionally the buyers are outnumbering the sellers. Whoops, we're pushing lower. The buyers are pushing right through those numbers that, sorry, the sellers are pushing right through the numbers upon the buyers. And we're getting a little reaction right here. Somewhere where we got over here to this. We're going to get close to the midpoint here. And that could act as a little bit of support. We'll see. We still pointing down on the momentum oscillator. The trend lines are down. And the squeeze still has room to go to the downside. Getting a reaction here. Don't want it to go above 98. Yeah, come on, fella. Where are you going? Right. So far, we're below the body of this candle, 94.75. Call it 95. Like for it to stay below 95 if it can. They're still pointing down on the momentum oscillators, both of them. Okay, let's show some more red. Okay, keep coming. Keep it coming. All right, we just passed target 1. That was target 1 from up here. And we got it a little lower than that because we wanted proof. We got it a lot lower, about 4.5 points lower. Okay, so target 1 for us is really somewhere around 87 to 88. Okay, getting a little bit of a reaction as we get closer to that midpoint line. Buyers are stepping out like we expected. Don't want it to get over this 98. Would like for it to stay below 95 if possible. Cannot lower the stop anymore because of the volatility here. We are pointing lower on the trend line and the 2 momentum oscillators. So we're at plus 18, 19 ticks. If we get any kind of reaction and it goes against us, the NASDAQ runs pretty fast and it could take us back to basically a flat trade in a heartbeat. So that's always a concern. I'm going to try to give it every chance, every opportunity to come down here. Try to get as best you can. Get yourself a runner, get somewhere, 20 to 30 ticks or some thing like that. So, okay. All right, we are still pointing lower on the trend lines up here, moving averages. We've just gone down into the negative territory on the momentum oscillator. The squeeze isn't helping us very much, so a little bit concerned there. We are still going a little bit lower. Okay, come on, pick it up. You know you want to go lower. There's target 3. We're still pointing lower. It says I could lower the stop some more. Okay, I'm now going to go break even plus. So we have a free trade at the moment. Let's see if we can get and tag this target for us. And it's getting close.
Filled.
Okay, target filled. All right. Okay, let's. I'm gonna let this play out just a little bit and show you what happens when it gets down to the bottom here. That it should bounce. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to give it much more than that target 3, because it was, in fact, just pushing it. When we picked up that acceleration, I liked it, but let's see if it bounces here. Always want to see if I got out too early or not. The trailer is all the way up here at 92.25. So let's see where that trailer gets to eventually. Trailing stop. Okay, there's our reaction bounce. Let's see what happens. I probably expected to get somewhere close to 86, just above this candle, maybe 87. We'll see. Momentum is still pointing lower. R squeeze is still pointing lower. But see, 300. Wow, I didn't realize it was that much. We got 58 ticks. That's amazing. I didn't realize it was that many. All I just knew is it was going down here. Their targets was 77 ticks. Whoa. But then there was no way I was going to short from there, so I had to give up that 20 or so. Okay, there's the bounce. Let's see, it got to 86. We're going to go to 87, 88. Start to get a little bit of curl up here with the momentum oscillator and the R squeeze. It's rolling over again. Okay, and it's going towards the primary pivot. Will it stop there, or will it continue through? All right. Well, it continued through, so that's an interesting turn of events. All right, we're going to stop this.